Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Two Crazy Guys in One Crazy Crypto World, a podcast for all of you uninitiated out there, be you baby boomers, Gen X or Ys. So sit back and listen to this special podcast today where we have Boomer Falks from Boomerang Capital as a special guest who's going to answer some very detailed questions for us.
Hey, Boomer, how are you, mate?
Hi, Boomer. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Excuse my surroundings. I'm just pulled up at the airport, about to jump on a plane. So we have to do it in the car.
As you do.
But thanks for having me.
Lucky we've got the technology. We can make that happen. So where are you off to this time, mate?
I've just left the Melbourne office. I spent a week here in Melbourne. I'm heading back to Sydney to my home, and then after that I'm going to head over to New York. I've got a couple of meetings organised there. I want to look into some projects for all the clients. So
Awesome. So yep. Give us a bit of a nutshell or executive summary, if you like, of Boomer Capital Investments and what you guys offer.
Yeah, what you're offering.
No problem. So we're completely different to everyone you've seen out there in the crypto space. You'll see on Twitter all the cartoon characters, we like to call them, all the people hiding behind pseudonyms. They're probably sitting in mum's garage, churning out buy and sell signals. And seriously, it makes me laugh. Some of these people have got 20,000 followers. They're all fighting with each other, and who knows who they are, really. Yeah. And I just can't work out how people trust them with their advice and their money.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I said, right, I got a couple of my best mates. I said, let's do something. Instead of creating a firm, so to speak, and entering to a board of directors, let's create a business where people, they subscribe for our information and pay us for our information. To create a service where we can help people gain wealth from cryptocurrency.
Yep.
This wasn't about building up this business so the business is wealthy and blah, blah, because I'm already there, and people that work with me and work around me, they're almost there as well. That's why they work for me, because we're creating wealth. We're creating a difference. We deal, yes, in the buy and sell signals. We deal in that, yes, because that's some of the technical analysts and FA. It comes easy for us, reading charts. So, yes, buy and sell, but we're about making a dynamic impact on individuals' net worth. So we have, buy and sell. We have your crypto investor, which is a long-term, where you invest in coins that we have heavily researched, and I've been overseas and talked to the teams, talked to the head of the teams about these projects, and I can gauge on where they are going in the future. This is our long-term investment arm where people can put as little as $500 into a coin, and these coins or tokens, in my research, I have projected them to go anywhere from 10x to a couple of our coins I've projected to go 100x in 2 to 5 years. Yeah. We have our margin trading, our margin trading service, which is your shorting and longing Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin, all that. Yep. Just made a nice profit on short. Hate shorting Bitcoin, by the way, but we made a nice profit on shorting it yesterday. And we also have the products that all those Twitter people that are fighting amongst each other, they don't understand and they can't touch. We have crypto income. We search for crypto projects that pay steady income no matter what the market is doing. These coins give you a regular income. And all those other guys out there on Twitter and the signal groups, they don't understand that. And that's why we're different. We offer a service where we're not trying to make the business into a multi-million or billion-dollar business. We want to create wealth for you. And all we want in return is a subscription fee for our services. That's it. We don't want to touch your money. We don't want to touch your crypto. All we want is for you to subscribe to us so we can be paid for our services. And it's up to you after that. We're there for you.
So you don't actually take people's money and invest it for them. You give them the recommendation, buy this coin. Our thoughts are in the next 5 years it's going to go up 10-fold, 100-fold, whatever it happens to be.
Yeah, that's correct. I don't want to touch people's fiat currency. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch people's crypto. No, I don't want nothing to do with it. We ask for a subscription because we offer a service that is second to none. We will advise you from the simple part, the buy and sell. We will analyse the charts. We will recommend buy and sell. We'll analyse the charts. We'll recommend margin trading. I do the thorough research. Some of the things that tokens that I research takes me 6 months to 12 months, and then I put out a recommendation to buy this token. This token is going to take 2, 3, 4 years to 50x whatever. So I advise you to buy that, and then with the crypto income, I put out instructions and advise on what to buy and how to create income from that coin. So no, I don't touch money. I don't touch your crypto. No, I don't have access to your key, your address, nothing.
So really, are you the Rene Rivkin of the crypto world?
No, Rene. I've met his son. I've met his son.
Yeah, his son's continued the newsletter, but it's nowhere near what it was.
Oh, I know. I remember when Rene was alive and I didn't subscribe to his newsletter, but I saw it every now and then. And Rene was a genius early on.
Yeah.
I read a lot about him sort of later when his son took over. It wasn't as good, but early, yeah, Rene, he was a genius.
He was bloody good.
No, yeah, I'm not.
Its day was very, very good. And to me, I subscribed to that back in the 80s and 90s. That to me, it sounds very similar what you're doing. It sounds brilliant. So it gets me excited that there's someone doing it in the crypto world.
It is similar, but it is similar.
It is.
No, it just threw me because I don't like to be compared to Rene because he was such an icon back in those days. So
yeah, but he was an icon in the traditional share market. If you're heading this way, you will be the icon in the crypto world.
Well,
Absolutely.
Hopefully, and when regulation comes along, and it is, nothing's going to change with us.
Yeah.
But you look at those Twitter people, and they're all going to be gone because they won't be able to afford the financial license and all that sort of thing. And so, maybe in the future, maybe when the regulation comes along and we're licensed. And
so I'll tell you what, I'll throw some money in with you guys. I'll subscribe to you guys. Stacey already is, but I'll tell you right now.
Full disclosure. Yeah.
I'll subscribe with you. And the first one of the coins that actually goes up, say, 10-fold, I'll buy you your worry beads.
He's worry beads, yeah. I forgot about that. That's a good one. Yeah.
So,
he had worry beads in his cigar.
I won't buy you a cigar. I'm not trying to kill you, but I will buy you a worry bead.
The worry bead, that's good.
So one of the things, as Chris just mentioned, I am a subscriber, and this is one of the key reasons I wanted to bring you on, mate, because I have been following you guys for over 12 months now. One of the key things I think that is, for me, there were two real differences that I really enjoyed with your services. One is the guided support. So when you first get into it, people can be quite nervous and not sure about how to do it. So have a chat about the support that you guys offer. Yeah,
so we're there. Again, unlike all those others out there who just churn out the signals or whatever they do, there's no support behind it. So if you subscribe to us, a lot of our subscribers are first timers. So we're like, okay, send us your subscription fee in Bitcoin. And they're like, whoa, what? And I'm like, okay, so this is what happens. We have the blockchain. you have an address, I have an address, and payment is made in Bitcoin. You send it to this address, and we'll walk them through it.
Yep.
All right, no worries. We get past that. The buy and sell signals. Most of ours come out on Binance. So we're like, all right, we've analysed this chart. Bang, here's a buy alert. Go and buy such and such. All right, I'm on Binance. How do I buy? What's 25%? What's Satoshis?
Yeah.
So we're there to walk people through what is a Satoshi,
Yep.
because our signals come out in Satoshis. How do you buy on Binance? How do you set a stop loss? So we're there for that. Contact us anytime. We're there. We're there to walk you through it. Margin trading, we push people towards beginners videos, because with margin training, it's easier to learn looking at someone doing it rather than someone explaining it. Margin training is a bit harder in regards to our long-term stuff, long-term investments. We talk people through the research reports, as you would have seen, is very extensive. We talk people through the best wallet, the best place to buy. What else? Our stock. Oh, we've still got the stock market arm of the service, but the bottom line is we're here. Like people hit us up on Telegram. We're now taking calls. Paul's now taking calls. My global head of sales, he takes calls now. So we're moving from the invisible voice on Telegram to actual hearing a voice on the phone, and so we're putting realism to the product. Because there's so many scams out there and so many people getting scammed, people now want to talk to an actual person about what they're getting involved in. So,
and in relation to that, one of the other things I really enjoyed about your subscription and the travel that you've spoken about is you managed to get around the world and get in front of the people and the projects and to get the inside goss.
Yeah. I made some great friends back in 2011. All those people that are high profile now, I made some great friends and some built some great bridges, and I've never burnt my sources. I've always been able to get information from people without naming them, without burning them. So I've managed to keep those friends. And yes, I do fly around the world, but I don't like to gloat about it. I just, like I said, I got lucky, and it's
how you get the info, right? I mean, it's you gotta be at where it's happening. You gotta be face to face with people.
Yeah, you can't sit in your office in Melbourne, Sydney, Hong Kong, London, or New York and expect to get the information that I get. The information about how did this start? What are you doing with it? Why are you doing that with it? Where are you taking it? Yeah. I get all this information firsthand without burning sources. And that's the key. That's why people I meet are so happy to give me information, because they know that I won't burn them.
It's trusted, yeah. And I got to say, right through the 2018 bear market, there were a lot of dark days through that. So, but your information coming through, I tell you, it kept me going. It was that alone, I think, was worth the subscription for me.
It was, no, thank you for that. I appreciate that. But
awesome. Boomer, thank you very much for joining us today. We really do appreciate your time. And I know of at least one person who will get in before September 1st. Right?
No problem at all.
And don't forget, once he's got that tenfold, he owes you some worry beads.
That was a good call, a good call.
Well done. All right, mate. Well, travel safe, and we'll talk soon. Thanks very much again.